good? It's your boy Knock Rio. We are back with another update to the MYBeatFi IO site. And I promise I won't do these every single time we make some changes, but we gotta do this one today. I know it's only one day, but we got a lot done. A lot of the things that I envisioned yesterday didn't quite get there yesterday. We got there today. And I've got a working version, things that didn't work yesterday that are working today. So we're gonna jump right in here and check out what's going on with it. I did a lot of explanation yesterday about what the service is and how it's gonna work. So today we're not gonna go through all of that. We're just gonna jump right in here and get to the meat of things. So you can see what the updates are. If you wanna see what we've done previously, what type of adjustments were made previously, or what the service is all about, watch yesterday's video. That's the update number 3, but today's gonna be update number 4. Hopefully this camera's gonna look a little bit better. Just learning how to do this, man. It's not easy juggling all these things as an entrepreneur, but let's jump right in here and let's see what we got going on. Once again, this is the main page for MYBeatFi sync. We have our search bar here. I showed you this yesterday. Now, if I start to type in hip hop here, it'll bring me over to the hip hop beats. Now, I'm not logged in yet, so this is what you can see from the outside. You can still kind of peruse the tracks. Now this is working where when you click on the actual picture, it'll actually play the MP3. So we'll play a little of that. And hopefully you can hear that's playing there. We're not gonna play that all the way out. If you wanna know who the producer is, you'll be able to click this link here. We've got the producer link there. It'll bring up the producer profile and how many tracks they have. I don't know if this information is gonna stay there just yet, but it may. It'll bring up their name, the company, we added the company as well, and the producer ID. So every producer will have a special ID. That way, if you wanna work with them specifically, you know who they are. Now, if you want to license the track, we can click that, but it prompts you to actually log in. So now I'm going to log in as a client would, so I can show you some of those things that maybe we missed yesterday. So let's go ahead and sign in here. Takes you immediately over to your client dashboard. Once again, you can edit your profile here. Right now, it's just the name and the email address. That's pretty much it. You can upgrade your membership here, select whichever membership you want to use. As you can tell, I've upped the prices just a little bit because what I'd rather do is have the price be a little bit higher and then be able to create discount codes for people. So I learned that in my first studio when I started my first studio in Orlando. I learned that people don't like it when you raise prices. I started my studio at 20 bucks an hour and eventually ended up at around 35 or 40 bucks an hour. But my long-term clients didn't really like that. Some of them were cool with it. They went with it. Other ones balked at it a little bit. So we kind of adjusted pricing for the long-term clients. So I learned in that situation that you might want to start with your prices high, and discount is way better than starting low and then turning around and upping the price. Nobody wants their price to go up, to be higher than what they're used to paying. So that's something that I learned. And so here, that's what we're going to do. I upped it just a little bit, a couple of bucks here and there. And then what we'll do is have discount codes and coupons and things like that that people can use. And that's going to help them out. So we browsed the catalog already. We've got that pretty much squared away. We've got the full tracks with vocals now. So these tracks actually don't have vocals, but they will once we get started actually uploading real tracks. Then they will have vocals on them if they're on this particular list. Now you can license the track from here, and it's going to take you to the licensing system. So if I like the track, I can listen to it again here. I can see what it is, hip hop, R&B. It's licensed. I will be licensing it under my single track plan because that's the plan that this particular client is logged into. I hit license track. It's going to give me the terms and the summary of the license itself. It's going to tell me the duration, what type of modifications you can make or not make, restrictions on it. And then if we accept those terms, we come over here to another small summary, tells us the expiration date, the purchase date, all of that works now, who the licensee is. This is probably going to change. Oh no, this is actually me because it has my actual name because I'm signed in as a client. So the licensee, their name will be here, their email address will be here, and we'll be able to confirm and license. It's going to process that, allow us to download the license agreement. So here's the music synchronization license agreement. We're going to get to the bottom here. Select that I would like to provide credit to the producer in my productions. And it gives us a suggested credit format, maybe on your YouTube or your podcast or whatever. You want to say, hey, music by Knock Real Beats, right? We're going to select that we did read and agree to the terms of the license, and then we're going to hit download agreement, and that's going to download for us. As you can see, it did download here. I'm going to go ahead and open it. And there we go. We've got our agreement here in hand, and it's telling us who it's between. And I'm gonna add on here the company name. That's something that we need to add on here because sometimes we'll be dealing with a company. So the licensor may be a person. It might be an LLC that they want to have it under. They might need it under their corporation, their S corp or something. So we're gonna make that name appear here also. I just didn't get a chance to do that today. That's something else that will come about. But it talks about the license summary itself, what the cost of the license was. If it's under one of the membership programs, it's not going to say the $7.99. Obviously, it's just going to say basically paid for under their membership level or whatever. That's already kind of set up already. Now we got the permitted uses, what you can use it for, right? What the restrictions are, and all of that. Then it's got, it's been electronically accepted by myself at 5:30, 2025, which is today. And then it's got my email address. So eventually this will be emailed as well directly to you as a client. You'll be able to get that mailed directly to you in your email. Haven't set that up just yet. I got some other email functionality working, so we'll work on that. But in the client dashboard, as we saw yesterday, we've got the license type usage that you have. It's going to have your membership level here. If you're not really in a monthly membership, it'll say single track license. That's what you'll be doing. Then if you're making your own sync requests for projects that you have or some type of production you're doing and you want something specific, you can make your sync requests. We saw that yesterday. Here's the new request form for that. I did fix the submission date backgrounds or whatever. The reference URL background is fixed now, so it's not white with white font, so you can't see it. I did fix the select preferred producer. Wasn't working the way I wanted. I wanted this to be a drop down and you just select the producer that you want, but it didn't quite work that way. So it says start typing the producer name and choose. So you'll just start typing in like Knock Real Beats, KNO, and all of a sudden Knock Real Beats populates. So I'm going to select that, right? And then I'm going to put in here how I want this submitted to me, what type of special instructions or whatever I need. I'll put in a submission email here and submit the sync request, and that's going to show up on the dashboards for individuals. This is a custom sync request. Now, you can also make sync briefs. So if you go to, say, this full tracks with vocals, that's going to be something a little bit different. It's just submitting a proposal like, hey, I like this song. I understand you don't license it from the general library. So let me submit you a proposal. I'm going to tell you what I'm trying to do. what type of project I'm trying to do. I'm going to tell you how much I'm willing to pay you to get the license for it, to be able to do that. And then I'm going to tell you whether I need exclusive rights or not, what the duration of the use is going to be, what the sync fee offer is, what my budget is for that, whether I'm going to pay you immediately, net 30, net 60, net 90. It's going to tell you all of that. And then I can put in what day the proposal expires. These people are businesses, and they have deadlines and things like that. So they're like, hey, if you don't answer by this time, this is going to expire. And then they can say, hey, this is an urgent proposal. Please respond within 48 hours. And they could submit that proposal to us. And you just kind of work that as the producer on that particular track. You're the only one who's going to get that, right? Because it's your track. You need to answer them. So yeah, that's pretty much where we are with the client side stuff. We won't be able to open the sync briefs here. We shouldn't really be able to see that, right? Well, I guess we can. I guess we can see that. I guess these are the ones that I've submitted because this is my client account. So I've submitted these sync briefs, telling you like all of the details on the sync brief. You know, how to submit to it, all of that. We talked about that in yesterday's show, so I'm not going to go over that. But this has been developed just a little bit more. Now we've got, you know, an About Us page now. So about MYBeatFi, this was not here yesterday. It's got my lovely picture there. That's developed. We've got a Contact Us page now that we didn't have yesterday, where they can get in contact with us. If you send a message, it's going to go out to this email address. It's got my other phone number on there just in case. I use WhatsApp, so if you want to add me on WhatsApp or whatever, and you're in the music space, not anything else, not selling anything or promoting anything. If you're in the music space and you're a producer, that's the number that you would contact me at. I've got a phone specifically for that. Then the office hours, right? This is Brazil Standard Time, so I'm a couple hours ahead of New York normally. I think right now maybe we're only 1 hour ahead because they're still doing daylight savings times. We stopped doing that here in Brazil, so we don't have that. Now, another thing down here on the bottom, I can just show you really quickly here in the footer. We do have our refund policy here now, so that populates. That also includes a dispute resolution policy. So that should populate as well. Just kind of some of the legal stuff that we've got to deal with there. I did that in ChatGPT, so I don't know that everything legally is quite right yet. Maybe we'll have someone look at it and suggest some things for us. We have our privacy policy as well, because we're collecting your information. You're giving us your name. You might give us your address and email address. What are we doing with that information? You need to know that, right? So we have a privacy policy for that. If you have questions, you can contact us at this MYBeatFi sync Gmail, right? That's our email now, which was created today as well. Yeah, we can see announcements. So it's kind of like a blog. So this is new developments, right? It's telling us, you know, there's new developments for the website. You can visit a link here. This takes you to the video that we did yesterday, just testing it out, making sure that these things all work. So that's done, but this will include any type of events that we're having, any type of, you know, feature information that we need to give you. All of that will be here. If we're doing YouTube videos or something related to MYBeatFi, we'll put that link here so everybody can see it. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So that's pretty much what we've done for the client side. All of this works now. Licensing the track from here, from your favorite tracks, works now. When you click on that, it takes us to our licensing dialog as well. New releases, it's going to show you the new releases here, and it's going to allow you to see, you know, to license it from here. It allow you to listen to the track from here as well. And then you're going to see all of your tracks that you've licensed if you're a client. These are the tracks that I've licensed already. Won't look like this, obviously. This is test. So, you know, this is testing, so there's going to be a lot of stuff in there. We'll get rid of a lot of that stuff way before we start accepting clients, you know. So yeah, so this is the client dashboard. Let's go ahead and sign out of here. I'm not going to make this as long as we made yesterday's video. I know you guys probably were tired of watching that. Let's go down to the producer login, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. It'll take you to the dashboard, which looks a lot better than it looked yesterday. Things actually are working. We have the ability to upload our logo or a personal photo here. If you're a producer, you're going to be able to put your logo there. You're going to be able to put your face there if you want to put your face there. Depends on how personal you want to be with your business, right? You're going to have your producer ID, which is generated by us. That ID is the ID that we're going to send to you in your invitation email as a producer saying, hey, if you want to sign up with us, we're glad to have you to bring you on board. We've decided to go ahead and do that. If you want to sign up with us, go ahead and sign up, but you're going to need to enter this producer ID, which will be in that email. If you don't have that ID, it's not going to allow you to get in, right? And if that ID is not attached to your name and your profile, you won't be able to sign up. So this ID is extremely important, and it's going to just incrementally go up by, the number of producers we have. I don't think we'll have 100. I just don't think that we'll get that high, because this is going to be very specialized for the producers that are involved. It's not going to be like an everybody can join thing. I explained that yesterday in the video. It'll tell you some analytics, how many tracks you got out there, what are your total sales. It'll talk about total revenue, and this part of it, we're going to develop a banking part of it. I think that will come maybe next week or the week after. I'm gonna sit down maybe this week and start writing out what I think the percentages should be for the producers. I'm thinking anything like in the general library. Basically, we're going to take a percentage of that revenue. I don't know what the bucket will be, but then we'll take that and we'll split that amongst all of the producers who have contributed and have made sales. So depending on what your sales are like, and how many of those tracks that are in that library of yours are getting licensed, you'll get that percentage. So you'll be a percentage of the whole pot. Whatever your percentage is, you'll get that percentage of the pot. So if you've done 5% of all of the licenses for that month, if 5% of those licenses belong to your tracks, then you deserve 5% of the pot of the revenue bucket that we set up. So I'm not saying that it's going to be 100% of the revenue that comes in from that license. Obviously, because we have a business to run, we're going to have staff. We're going to have customer service maybe and things like that going down the line. We can't give all the money away and not be able to service you, right? So there's going to be a bucket, and it'll be like a certain percentage of the revenue that comes in that way. And we'll split the pie up, and it's according to what you bring in, right? So there'll be like a banking area here and all that kind of stuff. We'll figure that out. We also got pending proposals here, which is down here. We see all of those. This is going to eventually. You're gonna be able to click on this, and you're gonna see which track they're talking about. You'll be able to see the title here, but there'll be more information here, right? So this is when they're sending it to you saying, hey, I want to use it for this particular show or this particular podcast, and here's what I'm willing to pay you to do that. So you'll have your negotiate button here, which is working. History. Oh, sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Accept and decline. Okay. Oh, I got to sneeze again. Just came out of nowhere. So this will populate with more information, or you'll be able to click on it and have it show more information. It shows what date it will expire, and all of that will show up, right? It'll show whether it's an urgent request or not. That's important for you to know. And then your tracks that you've actually uploaded into the system will be sitting here under your tracks, right? You got your delete button here. You got your edit button, so you can go in and edit the track. And then you can play the track so you can hear it. Then you've got your whether it's got vocals, whether it's for sync only, which means that it's not going to be in the general pod. It's going to be in the area where they need to submit you a proposal. Maybe for that particular track, that's what you want. Whether it's got a sting ending or not, whether it's one stop or not, all of that information will appear here. You can add a track. That's the add a track dialog here. We did fix the link for the MP3 only link and then the full track outs. Instead of it being a white background with white font, we changed that, right? And yeah, so all of this is pretty much the same. You just upload the information that it's asking for. Now in here we can, we can do all of the things that we were doing before. That was just some of the stuff that I wanted to show you. As an admin, I can add announcements, so I can manage them because I'm an admin. You won't particularly have that, but this is where we manage that. We do have an internal chat now, so we can actually create new chat rooms. The producers on the platform will be able to talk to one another. Maybe in the producers only room, we'll have an admins only room for our conversation, and then we'll have one where everyone is in there. Maybe you guys can have banter and conversation in there. But this is behind the scenes. This is not something that clients will have access to. This is only for those of us that are involved. So if we've got, something going on, or we're, doing shows, or we're finding out something is working for us, or we know about a good discount on certain equipment or something like that, this might be the place to have that chat conversation. Of course, we got to have everybody be respectful of one another. It's probably something we should probably put on the side over here. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to have those conversations in this area. It's not as robust as maybe it will end up being, but it's got to be tested out to see what happens, right? So if I click on everyone, here's the chat for everyone. I can just go in there and put in hello, and it should actually populate the hello here at some level. Didn't look like it did it. I fixed that at one point today, so maybe I got to go back and fix it again. Maybe it's broken again. So we'll fix that and we'll make sure that it works. It was working just a little while ago. I don't know what happened. I guess something happened with the state on it, so it's not working. But you can create a new room, all that stuff. Only admins can actually delete rooms once they're created. So that's just a feature that was added today that didn't exist before either. And all the rest of the stuff pretty much is there. The invite producer is here. Admins can invite a producer. Once we decide to do that, it will give you your producer number will be here. This is built into the system so that it will generate your number, and that's the number that you'll always have. It's not something you can change. And then we've got the admin dashboard here. This is pretty much our stuff. We're going to be able to see everything that's going on with the company. Analytics, all that type of information is what we need. We've got the custom sync analytics versus the sync proposal analytics. Then we've got the list of producers, the client list, and the announcements that we manage here. So I'm not going to stay on here a whole lot today. I just wanted to kind of jump on and give this update so you can see that I'm definitely moving forward. There's a few things that I still need to work on, like the discounts and the coupons. I'll figure all of that out. I need to set up payment with Stripe. That's probably going to be one of the last things that we do and test on. And then I've got to do a couple little fixes here like you saw here. We're going to go through the legal stuff too and talk to some people and make sure that we've got things kind of tightened down legally, just to protect ourselves, protect you guys, protect the clients as well, protect the producers. We got to make sure all of those I's are dotted and those T's are crossed. But I'm going to get out of here today. It's Friday. I don't know if it's going to rain or not. It's kind of gray out there, so we're going to see what's good for tonight. So let me get out of here, go cook some food, eat something. Nice day of work. I'll be back in here tomorrow. Don't know exactly what's on the agenda tomorrow to do, but it's kind of a free day, a free Saturday, so we'll get in here and see what's popping. But once again, it's your boy Knock Real. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this update number 4, and we'll holler at you soon. Peace.